Carson, just the continuation of, very consistent quality play by you. Any thoughts on just, now that the season's over, the whole body of work?
Yeah, I thought the, finish of, this regular season was really efficient by our whole offense. The run game's really clicking. Everything as far as like communication and execution up front has honestly been perfect. There really haven't been many mistakes, and if there have been mistakes, they've been very minimal, and we've overcame them. But man, we've been super efficient as an offense, and it makes playing the game a lot of fun.
Was there any change in kind of mentality or anything? Because you guys have been blowing teams out for the last four weeks. After that SMU game, I know we talked about how you've improved since then. Have you noticed any change in the team's mentality over the last month?
That Tuesday practice after SMU, it was the best practice of the year. And to see our team respond like that and bring energy, guys were flying around, guys were making plays, guys were running around the field that weren't even, in the particular play in practice. And from there on out, it kind of was just this new energy that I don't want to say we didn't have, but because we had it before, but it was this kind of newfound just juice is what I'll use, and it just continuously carried over each and every Saturday, and we kind of built on that each and every week, and we finished out really well and playing really good, efficient ball honestly in all three phases.
Carson, now that regular season is over, I know the last month you've been focusing on the moment, win the day, win the game. Now that this month is over, regular season's done, what would be your case to the committee about why this team should be in the playoffs?
Yeah, I believe we can compete with anybody, in my opinion, and honestly, not even in my opinion. I think we've shown that we can compete with anyone, and that we have a really, really talented team. Not just a few talented players here and there, but a really talented team that is really efficient, that plays really, really well in all three phases of the game. And again, like I said, I think we can compete with anybody, and we've done a good job of, like you said, focusing on what we need to focus on to get to this point. And again, it's kind of up in the air and not in our hands at this moment. But like I said, I think we've done what we've had to do, and we can go compete with anybody.
Carson, do you think style points matter to the committee?
I think winning football games matters. I think looking good obviously matters as well. And if you turn on the film, I think again exactly what I just said to answer that last question. The film stands true. The film shows that we can go out and compete with anyone, and not even just compete, but dominate in some scenarios and situations. So, again, I thought we finished out the season really, really strong. I think that this team is only getting better, and I know at the end of the regular season to say that is crazy. But again, I think we faced adversity in the middle of the season. We responded to that better than any other team might have. And again, here we are. Great ending to the season, and super proud of our team and the way that we've been able to finish.
Pitt forced you guys to punt on the first drive, held you to a field goal in the second, and after that, I think you guys ripped off a couple of touchdown drives, kind of put the game out of reach. Just what did you see from the Pitt defense on those first couple of drives, and how were you able to attack it, I guess, after that?
I think in any big time game where there's a lot at stake, and you go watch across the country, go watch the games yesterday, right? There's three big time games on yesterday. I mean, I don't know if it was 3-3, 7-3 in the first quarter. It's almost like a boxing match. And in any big game I've played in, it rarely starts off just 14-0, 17-0, just kind of like that. And you got to feel out your opponent a little bit. And I think that's kind of what was going on. Obviously, they had a good plan against us. I mean, that's a really good football team, very talented, and they played really well this season. So again, just kind of feeling them out. And then once we struck once, it kind of just tumbled over, and we played really good complementary football from there, and we're able to close them out.
And then seeing CJ get that nice touchdown catch at the end, just his first kind of. I mean, I know he's played a little bit the last week or two, but to have him get that, kind of close out the regular season, put the exclamation point on it, just what do you think it meant to him?
Yeah, that was awesome. And when we got the play call in, because they had called the timeout, so we were like, okay, let's go score, screw it. And they got the play call in, and we had just thrown like a stop route, so we double moved, and I was like, oh, this is about to be a touchdown. I'm over there looking at him, he's looking back at me. I was like, yeah, he's going to go catch it. And, I mean, he made an incredible catch. He caught it, and I literally looked at our offensive lineman, and I was like, oh, my gosh. Like, I cannot believe he just did that. But, again, I mean, he's been amazing all season. To have him out, obviously we had some guys step up there, but it always hurts to have a guy of that caliber, not be able to play. But, it was awesome to be able to, get him a couple opportunities tonight.
I'm only slightly joking here, but do you have to look over your shoulder every time Malachi Toney drops back now? Out for your job, competing for your job a little bit?
Oh, no, come on. half the plays of him back there. Shoot, actually, I have to give credit to my roommate for this one. One of my best friends I live with, he was like, "Dude, when are we gonna do some trick plays for Malachi? Obviously he can throw. Obviously he can do this, that." Next day I go into the facility. I'm like, "Yo, let's do this. Like, he can be a weapon in this way." And I mean, shoot, you guys look at how he's been able to contribute with little, trick plays and line him up in the backfield, split me out. I always want to go in motion. I always feel cool like when I go in motion and stuff. I wish they'd throw me the ball. Well, they did try to throw me the ball, but we missed it today, so it's fine. But yeah, obviously it's a weapon for us, and it's really hard to line up and decide what we're gonna do. I mean, he literally dropped back and threw a go ball today like that. It's pretty crazy to do as a wide receiver. So again, he's super impressive, and he's been awesome for us.
Great. Thanks, Carson.
Good. Thank you guys.
You do still have a higher completion percentage than he does.
I would hope so.
I appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, next up, we have linebacker Wesley Bissett.
Wesley, you guys held them to 30 rushing yards. You guys were constantly in their backfield. Just what was working on the defensive side of things today?
Man, we play how we always play, man. Just excitement, violence, and swarm. And that's the three things we try to focus on every game. And we came out there today and we executed.
And then what did you see on the one touchdown they did have? Tight end got all by himself basically on the side of the field. Was it a miscommunication or a breakdown? What happened there?
Just miscommunication. Something we could fix. Simple. That's it.
What is it about Coach Hatterman, just his style of defense, the way he coaches? What is it about him that has helped you guys become what you guys have become this season?
Man, honestly, I feel like he's different, man. I feel like he's one of the best defensive coordinators in the game. I feel like he's smart, and I feel like he puts his players in the best position to make plays.
And we know with Ruben, we know what he does, even if the stats don't show it. Just what does he mean to this defense? And for him to get a sack and a half, to get some numbers on the stat sheet, what did that mean to see that from him today?
Man, it meant a lot. Ruben is a different breed. We all know that. Ruben a different breed, man. And just to go out there and see him eat, man, I'm excited for him. And like I said, we just got to keep it going.
And I mean, obviously, it's the last game of your regular season of your senior career or senior season.
Yeah.
To put an exclamation point on your career like this, what does it mean to you? It's good happens in the postseason with everything, but to end your regular season time at UM like this, what does that mean to you?
Man, it's big. It's big for me. And I almost got a little emotional talking to the guys in there, saying this was my last one. But I told the guys, I love them. And if they give us a chance, let's keep it going. But I told them I love them, man. It meant a lot to me that we went out like this. And this was a much-needed W.
And to see the program, I mean, you got your freshman year, you won 5 games.
Yeah.
Now you went back-to-back, 10 win seasons, potentially make the playoffs. Just how have you seen the program develop over the last 4 years?
Man, it's been amazing, man, to see where this program has came to, man. It's been amazing, man, and that goes to show all the work we put in those 4 years, man. It wasn't easy, but Coach Cristobal has done an amazing job with us and his coaching staff, and yeah, like I said, you just got to keep it going.
You said if they give us a chance, what would you say to the committee about why you should have a chance?
I feel like Miami could play with any team in the country. I feel like we can compete with any team in the country. I feel like we got both sides of the ball. Yeah.
Who you got tonight?
Oh, I got Central, baby. Sent all day. Sent all day.
Score prediction?
I'm gonna go 28-21. I feel like it's gonna be a dog fight.
Great. On to there. Thanks, Ross. Appreciate it.
Who just win then?
It's Central Northwestern.
Oh, okay.
Regional final.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to catch. All right.
All right, next up, we have offensive lineman James Brockermeyer.
James, you guys the last 4 weeks have outscored your opponents 151 to 41. I know you're in the middle kind of the mix there at center, but from your viewpoint, what's made the difference in the level of efficiency?
Yeah, we just executed better at the end of the day. There's a lot of stuff throughout the season that we've done a good job at, and there's stuff that we struggled with, and I think we've always just continuously improved and gotten better each week, and at the end of the day, that's all you can ask for of us.
And you guys, I mean, obviously you can only do so much to kind of simulate playing in 35-degree weather. Clearly didn't affect you guys at all. How do you make sure things kind of run smoothly when you're playing in an environment you're not used to?
Yeah, it really wasn't much of a factor today. I mean, we got guys who are tough, and obviously, you know, some of the guys on the team have probably never played in weather like that before. But, you know, as a lineman, you know, we love weather like that. It's fun to play in. You know, get a little energy boost, I'd say. So it was a lot of fun today, and I'm really proud of the way everyone responded to it.
Did you guys give Matt McCoy any guff for pulling Marty Brown across the line there, getting called for it?
Yeah, I can't believe that got called. I feel like, I mean, it's obviously a penalty, but it's something that rarely gets called, I feel like. But, you know, it happened.
James, when you look at the offensive line over the course of the season, what stood out the most about what you guys were able to do this year?
I think at the end of the day, our mentality is really what has driven us to the point we're at today. I mean, we've had, like I said, we've had things that we've done a great job with, and there's things that we struggle with throughout the season. But at the end of the day, we got, you know, 5-6 guys who go to work every day with a great attitude and a smile on their face, and that's all you can ask for. And, you know, I love the guys I play with, and I love Coach Mirabal and Coach Ajar, and, you know, they push us to a level that we need to be at.
I don't know the numbers exactly off the top of my head, but it seemed like by the end of the game, you guys had started really wearing down the Pitt defensive front. We were able to gash, you know, for some bigger runs. What was working in the run game that you saw?
Yeah, we were just executing better. We're all on the same page. You know, we had the mics pointed out the right way. Everyone, you know, knew what was going on. The tight ends played a big part of that too. They were doing their jobs. You know, receivers did a great job as well blocking down the field. So it really all just, you know, worked together, and, you know, it worked out in our favor.
James, you were at Alabama for a few years on teams that, you know, contended for national championships, played the playoff. And I think there might be people who wonder, like, when you look around the team that you're on now, is this team like those teams, built like those teams? When people sort of assume, like, that's a team that can win a national championship, when you look at this team that you're on now, do you look at that and say, like, we're built the same way as these Alabama teams? Like, that, this is us.
Yeah, I mean, each year is its own different journey, I'd say. But, yeah, we're, you know, extremely talented. I think we're just as talented as any team I've ever been on. I think we got the guys who can make the plays and have good matchups for us. So, yeah, I mean, we have a ton of talent. We're coached well. And, yeah, I think we have a really good team. And, you know, I think we can compete for everything that we want.
And,
Go ahead.
kind of asked everyone about this, but just obviously you guys are fighting for a spot in the playoffs. Might have to make it in as an at-large team. Why do you think you guys have earned the right to play in the playoffs?
Yeah, like I said, we have an extremely talented team. We have guys all over the field who can make plays. And I think throughout the season, you know, through the highs and lows, we've proven that we can compete with anyone in the country. And that's what we've put on tape. And, you know, we'll see what happens.
Awesome. On the third. Thanks, James.
Thank you.
All right, thank y'all.
Malachi, when you began this season, you have the expectations that it would go the way it has.
Wait, you can repeat your
When you
question?
began this season, do you have the expectation that it would go the way that it has?
I'd be lying if I said yes. I knew what I was gonna do, like for my team. Like I always knew that I'd do my job, and I always do what my coaches asked me. But God had other plans for me. His plans always bigger than my dreams. Like I could plan for me to be a freshman All-American, but his plan was for me to be other things. You know, I just think. It really just be all glory to God. Like, his plans is so much different from ours.
You guys obviously, you know, finished the year 10-2, end the year kind of an exclamation point, angling for a playoff spot. Just what do you think you guys have done this year to earn a spot in the playoffs?
I'm sorry. I'd say the playoffs and their decisions is out of our control. But I'd say we did a great job of just going out there playing complimentary football all season. Of course, we had a few fall-offs, like a couple of weeks here and there. But I'd say we did a great job playing football, well-rounded football, playing together.
Now, just how has the offense evolved over this last month? It seems like, again, these last 4 games, it seems like you guys have found a new level. What's been different about you guys these last 4 weeks?
I wouldn't say we found a new level. I would say we gained our edge back. A few weeks ago, I felt like, I felt like we lost our edge, like our grit, our want to play. So I just feel like we found it. We didn't change nothing. We just went out there and started playing with an edge.
Great, thanks, Malachi.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you all for your patience. All right, Mal.
So keep it G.
Thanks, Mal. Back at the ranch. Thanks, Mal. Appreciate you, brother. Proud of you, boy.
I'm going to do it quickly, because I think you're holding us up for me.
I know, I'll walk it.